Hey folks, we're back out in Kingwood today. Got a little floor joist job going on here. Lady just called me today and she said she's actually a follower of my Facebook page, so good. I guess that makes me happy that people are actually finding it and actually keeping up with it, and then hey look, I've got a bee problem. That's the whole point. So I actually gave her a little discount on the price because she's a loyal follower. Now she said they just showed up yesterday. Of course, you never know. But they are busy. I don't really see any significant pollen coming in yet, which of course pollen's for the babies. I would think if they find it, they would bring it in. Of course, our nectar flow is really on right now with the Chinese tallow. Anyway, I'm gonna jump up here, pull down this piece of trim, long piece of trim. She's got trim overlapping the siding, which of course you can see is a big problem because if you look at this piece here, okay, so your trim overlaps the siding, but look at this gap on this side, okay, and that's exactly where they're going in up there. It's a huge gap between the trim and the brick. So unfortunate. God, I hate seeing it. It's such shoddy craftsmanship. I hate seeing it. Anyway, we're going to pull down the trim, 2 or 3 rows of hardy as needed. It looks like there's a break here, so we'll probably cut. We might cut at that same point or cut a little bit in. We'll just have to kind of see what works. But let's get the ladder set up. Let's start working on it. Well, okay, I tried to go Facebook Live on this one until my phone actually overheated and shut off, but whatever. Real basic little deal. I'll try to get some clips from that video or whatever. But real basic little hive. Only been here a couple of days, a week at most, based on the size of the larva. We've got them all cut out. The problem is I had about 2 combs left to go, and someone pulled the fire alarm and they all bailed out. I mean, they came pouring out of there like bats out of a cave. What the homeowner said, she's like, it looks like a bat cave. They all came rolling out of there, went airborne, and they went way up high on the top of this sweet gum. And we saw them cluster up there, and so what I immediately did was I grabbed my bucket here, I sprayed a little bit of Swarm Commander on the side of the bucket, set it close to their hole, and then I sprayed all the cavity where they were with repellent to run them out. Now we're getting more and more of them starting to cluster up on the bucket. The problem is I don't see the queen on there just yet, but a whole bunch of activity of them all running around. They're kind of clumped on the handle, they're clumped down here on the ladder. So at this point we're just kind of riding it out and waiting to see if the swarm is actually going to come back down out of the tree and settle. Where they had clumped up on the sweet gum, we could see up there on a limb, they're not there now. There's still a few bees you can see buzzing around up there every now and then, but the bulk of them is gone from what was up there. So the swarm has gone somewhere. Whether they moved off to a whole new location or whether they're working on coming back down on the bucket, I don't know for sure. This doesn't look like the size of what was up in the tree, but it's certainly plenty of them. I think a lot of this is foragers coming back for the night. But anyway, we're going to kind of ride it out here. We're going to start vacuuming bees off the bucket every now and then just to kind of, you know, see if we can look for the queen. But otherwise, we're hoping she'll come back down out of that tree and land on the bucket.